Hi, my name is Samantha Schaefer, and we chose the topic of the effects and ethics of advertising to children.
Hi, my name is Juan Garcia, and the reason we chose this topic is because it's a really controversial topic. As children, we watched commercials that we didn't really understand what they were talking about until we grew older. So, consideration for us is we don't want our children to see those same commercials.
Hi, my name is Julie Schrader, and we conducted both primary and secondary research within this analytical report. The primary research we conducted is an in-class survey. We asked our classmates 3 questions involving what advertisements they deem are inappropriate and also what they remember from their youth. And in the secondary research we conducted, we found research journals that apply to our topic.
I hope you enjoy our presentation.
The effects and ethics of advertising to children. Advertising to children through strategies used by advertisers are some of the problems, and some examples are targeting children through curiosity, interest, fun, and etc. So does this create a positive or negative effect on the children, and is this ethical?
Strategies when advertising to children are: marketers secure a long-term customer by targeting and convincing children to want their product. Children become addicted to the lifestyle of the product. When children see a product they want, they pester their parents until they purchase it. This is what we consider pester power. Barbara Martino said, "We're relying on the kids to pester the mom to buy the product rather than going straight to the mom." By building a brand name loyalty, children by the age of 2 can recognize brand logos and build the company's popularity.
And some advantages these marketers use are a fast spread of awareness and recognition of a product, and children tend to believe most everything they see on TV nowadays. Young children have not yet developed critical evaluation skills to understand the underlying messages of manipulation, influence, diplomacy, and etc. Children push their parents into purchasing the product they want. Some disadvantages that marketers have with this are children may misunderstand the marketer's message, and this can lead to dangerous situations that children think are endorsed by an advertisement. Overstepping physical intimacy boundaries, like deodorant, for example. In the commercial, the deodorant might show people wanting you, and the children might think, if I buy this commercial, it'll want me. Overeating, like fast food, can cause obesity in children. Impact views of culture and morality, sexual advertisement, for example, women. Partake in physicality, dangerous activities, stunts shown on TV. Children tend to mimic these stunts and not know the dangers of what can cause.
Some advertising effects on children are factors that determine different effects: age, personality, family, demographics, and social backgrounds. Young minds grasp and remember information faster and easier than adults, which means that they can be easily influenced by what they see and hear. This can cause some negative effects on children. Some advertisements may feature misbehavior, disrespect, and danger, and kids may reenact these at home. Some positive effects are motivation. For example, if a child sees in a commercial that someone is saving money in a piggy bank to buy something, the children might be motivated to do the same. Also, another example is the importance of family. In this example, some people show family gatherings and loving each other and being around family. This is a family-oriented advertisement. The effects, whether positive or negative, can be long-lasting.
When considering the ethical part of this topic, there are 2 views. Some people believe that targeting children is inherently unethical, that children are vulnerable and they lack experience and knowledge of the underlying messages that may be manipulative to the children's lack of critical evaluation skills. Other people believe the opposite. They believe that children need to learn what these advertisements show them. They need to learn the hard way how to grow in the real world. G. Barv said, "Advertising is a part of life, and children must learn to deal with it and customer socialization process of acquiring the skills needed to function in the marketplace. Also, the main ethical question when advertising to children that most parents and most people have a concern about is sex and violence within these advertisements. This creates a huge controversy in the ethical question of targeting children. When we conducted our survey in our class, the first question we asked our classmates is, as an adult, would you be concerned about some advertisements that your kids might see in the future? 90% of surveyors said yes, and 10% said no. And 5% of this 10% said that if they were a marketer of their company, they would know that their company would consider what is ethical in what they're advertising to children. So they would be cautious of how they're advertising to children, and they would not try to make inappropriate advertisements. The second question we asked is, what makes an advertisement inappropriate? We had a list of 7 things that people could check in this survey. 90% checked sexual conduct and implications within advertisements. They checked that because they deemed that inappropriate. 55% said language made an advertisement inappropriate. 50% said mannerisms and etiquette made an advertisement inappropriate. 40% said appearance. 35% said race. 20% said gender. And then 2 people came up with drugs and alcohol makes an advertisement inappropriate, and religion, the use of religion within an advertisement, or the making fun of a religion within an advertisement. They deem that inappropriate. The third question we asked our surveyors is, what types of advertisements do you remember reading, hearing, or watching as a kid? 20% said they could not remember one, and 16% said either drugs and alcohol. Many said the Budweiser commercials or cigarette commercials. 16% said food commercials, like the Trix commercial for cereal. They remembered the rabbit. And 16% said jingles, like within Coke commercials or car commercials. 12% said entertaining commercials, so commercials that they drew their attention through something that they thought looked really fun or the like. 12% said comical, so maybe a character that they laughed at or a storyline that was funny. And 8% said they remember something sexual. One person in particular said they remembered pop-ups coming up on their computer when they were playing kid games on a kid website. So things like this, kids remember, even in college age students, which we asked in our survey, kids remember these things, viewing them in their youth. It puts a mark in their history.
Now we have some recommendations. Advertising to children can be very controversial, so advertisers have to be cautious when targeting children. Although parents cannot limit everything their children see, they should guard what their children have access to. There are filters that can be set to limit access for certain advertisements, commercials, pop-ups, etc. The effects of targeting children is very controversial, so marketers should stay out of that gray area. If marketers are questioning the ethics within an advertisement they are creating, they should definitely change it. Marketers should also evaluate each advertisement and whether it's ethical before publishing it to the public.
From our report, we can conclude that children are an easy target market for companies, simply because they can grab their attention effortlessly. When advertisers use unethical or inappropriate messages, children become curious and begin to think that it is okay to behave in the same way that is portrayed in the advertisement.
Unfortunately, most children have not developed critical thinking skills, which prohibits them from evaluating underlying messages within the advertisements. The advertisers are taking advantage of that child's lack of critical thinking which is considered unethical by many when being exposed to sex and violence.
The recommendation includes both marketers and parents being cautious to what children are exposed to through content and advertisements. And that concludes our research. I hope you got good information from this essay. That way you guys can be concerned about what your children watch in the future. Thank you.